Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where last episode we prepared for a landing on the moon. Now I just want to check our contracts here real quick and make sure that there's not anything else that we want to do here. No, this looks like this is all about what we want. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave that facility, hop into the VAB, and let's prepare our moon rocket. We ran a simulation of this last episode, and it seemed to fly very well. So let's just go ahead and grab our moon landing machine. Now this thing is pretty expensive. It's not just a moon lander, to be clear. This thing can land at least on Minmus. I'd have to feel out the Delta V, or actually, think about the numbers if we wanted to know if it could go any further. But it maybe could. It could definitely land on Minmus. There's no doubt about that, and we're probably going to reuse the same craft for landing on Minmus. Should be good. So I think this works absolutely great, or at least it sure felt like it did. We need to make sure, however, that Bob is in this, because we do need to be able to reset our Science Junior, and we don't yet have access to a 3-seater module, which we're going to want. We're going to want to redesign our lander here a little bit to some degree. Yeah, because we're going to have to do our dropped off science, but we can't do that just yet. So let's go ahead and launch this thing, and we're going to go land on the moon. I'm hoping to get the landing done this episode. The return will probably end up having to be next episode, but we'll see. We'll see what that timing ends up looking like. So as soon as we get onto the pad here, we can apparently get a surface sample here. I find that questionable. Oh no, we should be able to get a surface sample here. Never mind. We can simply EVA here, grab a surface sample, and hop back in. There we go. Wait. Get back out, Bob. Hang on. Apparently this is at the shores. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. We're going to hop back in, and we're also going to swap over here first, collect our data, and let's hop in. And now we're going to recover this. That'll get us some free science. Just literally free. Interesting that that's landed at shores instead of the launch pad. There must be a roof on that hitbox. Fascinating, and we're just tall enough to get past it, I guess? Well, that does get us a small amount of free science. 2.8 to be precise. Not much, to be sure. But we'll just put that right back on the pad, and let's see what we've got. That should get us most of our data, if not all of it. Does that get us all of it? Well, we can probably just grab the data, store it, and go. Even if it does get us, 0.1 data, that's correct. We can just hop out. We can grab this surface sample, climb up, EVA report, and we apparently don't have anything from the shores. So we'll hop in, collect that data, and then EVA again, EVA report, surface sample. Hop in. Okay, if we now collect everything again, already stored. Okay, that should be virtually all of it. So let's go ahead and throttle up. SAS on, and I think we're ready to go. All of this should be good, but I'm going to double check our staging here. I want to, just verify all of this. It does look good. Okay. So let's go. Nice and sunrisey here. Let's do it. And off we go. Fantastic. So we're going to get a good amount of vertical speed here, going up to around here-ish before we start heading on over. We are extraordinarily stable, and I like it. Like, this feels really, really good overall. So we're just pulling this on over to approximately here-ish. And then we'll just lock prograde. Fantastic. And that'll just pitch us on over, well, yaw us technically, yawing us slightly over here. And it looks good. So we're going to be running out of fuel in our side stages here in about 35 seconds. So that'll push us through the thickest portions of the atmosphere for sure. And it'll be absolutely fine. Looking at our apoapsis, it's quite high. We're currently flying low over the water, sure. We've not really turned all that hard, and we're going to want to turn fairly soon. 10 more seconds here until separation. 5 more seconds. And I'm just watching our apoapsis height, which is looking good. Okay, stage separation. Beautiful. At this point, we definitely want to be getting horizontal speed. There's no doubt about that one. Lots and lots of horizontal speed. Okay. I don't want to actually be on prograde here. We'll just hold at the horizon. Cool. I'm watching our apoapsis height. We don't have a lot of horizontal speed. We got probably too much vertical speed on that ascent trajectory. I think that's pretty clear. But we can get horizontal speed until we're at somewhere around... Well, actually, we can see our time to apoapsis was dropping there a little bit. It should start going up here again soon. Yeah, they're starting to go up again. I'm just going to burn here until an apoapsis height of about 120. I think that'll be absolutely fine. Okay, just holding on the horizon. Fantastic. And we're crossing over the Terminator now. That is 110. We're just getting as much horizontal speed as we can here. Cool. 118, 119, and 120. So I'm now cutting our throttle. And at the apoapsis here, we will go ahead and burn. Prograde. Something along the lines of this circularization. Cool. So now we'll work towards aligning ourselves for that. That said, we should definitely ditch this at this point. So there goes our nose cones. There's going to be some slight explosions. It's fine. It's completely fine. There are no problems there. That's fully expected. So we're going to head on over. I'm expecting that our electric charge is dropping right now, and that is accurate. So that'll be fine. And our burn will start here in about a minute and a half. So let's get positioned for the burn. And we're just slowly turning our way over. There's only so much we can turn here. Cool. And we'll just go ahead and warp. So we've got about 50 seconds. Now about 30. And now about 10. Okay, coming out of warp. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Beautiful. Okay. So we will be entering orbit here shortly. We've got plenty of Delta V for this. Like, this rocket is pretty overkill for what we're doing. There's no doubt about that. For just landing on the moon, it's more than fine. Okay, this is good enough. And that'll do. Let's stop that tumble that had started up there at the end of the burn, and let's just head on over towards prograde for the moment. Let's set the moon as our target, and checking our inclination, it should be fine. So sometime around the descending node is around where we're going to want to start our transfer here. A little later. A little later. Cool. So let's see what this is ending up looking like. We can definitely pull back on this a little bit. Actually, we could push it in, but I'm going to change the timing on it instead. And let's continually pull back our Delta V requirements. Okay, this is actually about as good of timing as we're going to get. So we're going to bring this in to about 50 kilometers. Sometime around here. Actually, we could bring it down further to like 30. 30 kilometers should be reasonably safe. A nice low moon orbit there. Cool. We can align for that burn. It's going to be in about 20 minutes. I definitely want to warp to about here. The purpose of that is to pull us out of the shadow of Kerbal so that we have some charge for our solar panels as we attempt to turn. Cool. And heading over towards prograde should be approximately correct. So let's just head on over towards prograde. As I said, approximately correct. It won't be exactly correct, but it'll get us ballpark where we need to be. Okay, and now we'll just position for the actual Mooner transfer burn. I'm currently going to go onto Stability Assist and manually head on over. Cool. Needing to counteract some vertical motion here. But overall, this is looking good. There we go. Almost there. And warping. Let's go. Fantastic. So we've got about a minute here before our burn. Make that about 40 seconds. And we are going to burn off this stage, which is good. We'll be able to turn much more effectively. More effectively, not necessarily effectively. And honestly, this is probably enough to land on in terms of delta V, if I'm honest. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what the thrust to weight will look like there. We may not have the thrust to weight in this poodle to land on this. So that would be the main concern there. Okay, so we're going to be ditching our first core stage here. And off we go. Beautiful. We're coming for the moon, but we're not there yet. So we are pushing out our apoapsis, getting up a lot of speed here. Little surprising that we haven't seen the moon over here yet. But I would guess it's probably due to this thrust-to-weight ratio. Is my guess. This thrust-to-weight ratio is not great. That's for sure. We'll see if it's above 1.0 on the moon. Hello, moon. Looking kind of like the Death Star right now. Fantastic. 200 meters per second to go on this burn. 180. Yeah, that's definitely a fairly lengthy burn, but that's just due to the thrust-to-weight ratio here. So that's fine. No problem whatsoever there. Just adjusting our heading a little bit here. There we go. 30 meters per second to go here. Okay. Cutting the throttle pretty substantially here. We want to get this reasonably accurate. Well, really, it's not this that matters. It's our final periapsis. So let's see what that's like. Too much. It is too much. So we're going to flip around to retrograde here and very cautiously pull it back a little bit. Because we're currently coming in for a rather speedy landing, and that is definitely not what we want. So I'm going to pull this back slightly. We're aiming for that 30-kilometer mark. Excellent. There, that should do. Okay, and off we go. So that is our position set up. Staying retrograde is fine. Let's go ahead and warp to here. Beautiful. So that's going to be in space high over the moon. And from there, we'll be able to see what our thrust to weight over the moon is, which I think... Let's see. 3.88? Yeah, we could definitely land with this. I don't know if we'd be able to really keep it upright very well. It would depend on where we landed. So that would definitely be interesting. But we could try. We could try. So let's come around to... Well, we're going to need to add a maneuver here. Let's bring that on down. We have all of our in-space high data. So nothing really to be done there. I'm going to change our timing here slightly. No, I don't want... Much easier from this angle. Okay. That'll do. Cool. So we'll align for that one. And we will make some alterations to this capsule for sure. It is pretty clear that this is overpowered, but that's fine. We're going to be adding more weight to this capsule with future iterations. So let's just position on this maneuver node. There we go. And let's warp on down to in-space near. Cool. And we are going to do an orbit here and grab some science. But for the moment, well, we could do our mystery goo observation and material study. That's definitely something we can do. And we'll collect that data. There we go. Aligning a little bit for this burn. Looks like we're slightly off. There, and now we've got about 30 seconds until the burn. 20 seconds. 10. Ooh, I can't really see it. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Cool. Changing our angling a little bit here. With this gimbaling, it's quite sensitive. Noted. Okay, we're now in orbit above the moon. And we're just dropping down our apoapsis. Beautiful. And this is pretty much just a pure retrograde burn, so this will be fine. In fact, we don't really care about this anymore. We just want to watch our apoapsis number here until that reaches around 30 kilometers. It's not going to be perfect, but we can get it close enough. That'll do. Beautiful. Okay, so here we are in low Mooner orbit. We're now going to have Bob EVA, and now is the time where I hope that the bug where he's not facing the camera was fixed by restarting the game. Let's find out. It was. Beautiful. As far as I can tell, that's a bug that just requires a game restart to fix. I think that there is a hotkey to force a fix, but I still don't know what it is. So we'll restore our Mystery Goo containment unit and our Science Junior. I think I closed the doors on that. Okay, there we go. Conduct the material study and observe the Mystery Goo. And we'll collect that data and restore it again, and collect the data and restore it again. Now, we don't have anywhere else to store that data, so we're not going to do it again in low orbit here. Ooh, an EVA report. There we go. And let's go ahead and climb on in. And that data is... Oh, there we go. Oh. Kind of drifts downward there. Exciting. We're going to hop in and EVA report again as soon as we can. And grab this one. There we go. Cool. And now we're going to turn on time warp stopping. And we're going to add a maneuver right here just as a timer. And let's go around. See what other science we can get. Lowlands, okay. Midlands, it's going to be mostly these. That's Highlands, but we've already got it. Midlands is good. Highlands is good. Highlands is good. East Farside Crater. Okay. Bob can EVA and grab that. Perfect. What else do we have? Canyons. Cool. We'll grab that. Good science here. Northeast Basin. Oh, missed it. Sad. That's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. We could come around again and see if we get it on the next orbit. That is a possibility. It was a very brief pop-up, so we may not bother with it. We do need to figure out what biome we need to land in. Okay, Midlands. We should probably figure that out right now, actually. So I'm going to hop over here, land on the moon, bring a moonstone back. It doesn't actually say in here where the moonstone is. I think we have to go back to the KSC to see that. That's exciting. Fireside Crater. EVA, grab it, got it. Cool. What else do we get? Lowlands. Yeah, this is all fine. No problem here. We're just doing some science farming. Highlands, Midlands, Lowlands. Yeah. We're over halfway around. And none of these are relevant to us right now. Absolutely none of them. Hey, Northwest Crater. Got it. Okay. Any others? Lowlands, Midlands. Lowlands, Midlands. Only 10 minutes left until our maneuver marker. Okay. Most of these aren't relevant. The only reason it's stopping it is because we still have a material study that we can do in Space Near, but we have nowhere to store that data, unfortunately. Hello. East Crater. Got it. Okay. 5 more minutes. Two more minutes. Okay, so we missed one. I'm okay with that. Let's hop on back to the Space Center here, because I want to check what biome the moon rock is in, because I don't want to have to walk halfway across the moon. That would be awkward. Let's see. What biome are we supposed to land in here? Any moment, KSB. You can do it. I have faith in you. Okay, so let's hop in over here and just see. Farside Crater, Northwest Crater, or Northeast Basin? Okay. So I think we land on the Farside Crater then. That'll be our goal. Now, the Farside Crater is, I believe, currently in darkness, but it doesn't look like the moon is all that dark. And we can always warp until it isn't in darkness, in theory. But the Farside Crater is off over here somewhere. So let's just lock to retrograde. We'll get rid of this. And I'm going to go into surface mode. I do not want to stop warping right now. Midlands Crater. Okay. So, I mean, this is in darkness. That's not all that dark. East Farside Crater. That's not the Farside Crater. Noted. Okay. Midland Craters. I think we passed the Farside Crater, which is over here. Yeah, we did. Well, we're just flipping around here. And let's accelerate that a bit. There we go. Awkward crater choices, for sure. For sure. Lowlands, and which crater is this one? This is still considered lowlands, technically. Northwest. Northwest was one of the craters, was it not? We're going to break here. We're going to come in for a landing. Okay. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if this was one of the craters or not. I can't remember if it was northeast or northwest. But we're landing in the northwest crater. If we have to travel a little ways to get our moon rock, I guess that's not the end of the world, but it would be obnoxious. But let's bring this on in. So we are killing our surface speed here. Beautiful. 250 meters per second to go. Just double checking our thrust to weight should be more than good enough. Okay. As long as we don't land on a steep slope, we should be able to land on this, which would be wild. We'll see how viable it is. And in the meantime, we are, of course, just dropping down our surface speed, killing our horizontal speed. That is the current goal. Okay. And we'll just chill here for the moment. I'm noticing that we seem to be coming down like right here. I'm actually going to push us up over this direction ever so slightly. Let's keep going this way. Thank you very much. And we're going to bring this down somewhere around here-ish. Looks much safer. So we're going to head to retrograde. And of course, that did develop us a fair amount of speed there. Let's open up our KER, and we can see that our suicide burn countdown is in about 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and physics warp as we turn. Cool. A 40-second burn length. Absolutely noted. So I don't necessarily trust these numbers. I'm going to burn about 5 to 10 seconds before. But for the moment, I'm content with physics warping here. So about 55 seconds. Okay, 40 seconds. So we're going to commence this burn in about 30 seconds here. And we can see we'll be landing around over here instead of like on this wall, which is probably for the best. So we will commence this burn shortly. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. I'm going to start it at 10. So here in about 5 more seconds. Commencing burn. And you can see our burn countdown is going up. That's what we want. I'll burn that until we are at about 20 seconds. This is not the most fuel-efficient way to land, but it is a bit safer. So we're now 20 seconds away from the burn, and now we'll drop again until we're about 10 seconds. Cool. Cutting our speed again. And we'll let it drop again. 15 seconds. And 10 seconds. Burning. Pretty soon here, I'm going to be going based off of eyeball. In fact, we can just start slowing down here a bit. Cool. I'm wondering how steep this area is. It doesn't look that steep. So that's a good sign. And we're just gently decelerating here. Let's decelerate a little bit more gently. We are still about 600 meters above the surface. Cool. And we're moving at a pretty decent clip right now. No doubt about that. Okay, let's step up our deceleration a little bit. A little bit more. Let's drop this down to a decent landing speed. Going on to stability assist now instead of retrograde. Cool. And let's just push that over ever so slightly. And drop down our speed a little bit. We've picked a nice rocky terrain. I like it. And we're just looking to very gently touch down here. Whoop. Okay. I do see that we picked up a bit of horizontal drift, which is not necessarily great. Not necessarily great at all. And this is maybe a little steeper than I was hoping for. I'm not sure that we can safely land here. Confirmed, we cannot. So we're going to take off and look for a bit safer of a landing site. I want to land more up over here. Cool. So something a bit more like that. Let's try this again. Physics warping around to retrograde. Uh-oh. Let's bring this on in. Come on, get to retrograde. Get to retrograde. Okay. There we go. That was a little bit dangerous. This looks like a much better landing site. Cool. So let's just bring this on in. We're about 100 meters up here, and I'm going to let us accelerate a little bit. Only up to about 7 meters per second, and then we'll start decelerating again. Yes. This looks like a much better landing site. Okay, let's start decelerating a bit. Oh. Oh. We're tipping over. Okay. We'll try it again. Off over this way. This thing is going to be hard to land on. No doubt about that. So let's flip on over to about here or so. And let's begin decelerating. Cool. And now we can lock to retrograde. Bring our vertical speed down a bit. Cool. On to stability assist. And we'll try this. Our horizontal speed is the primary issue. But let's bring this on down. Okay. Hopefully, this time we won't tip over, but once again, we've got that horizontal speed, and I'm thinking we may have to ditch this, ultimately. We're actually going up right now. Let's stop that. Okay. I decided to ditch it. We're just having some difficulty with that. So we're going to extend this. And we'll try this one last time, landing here. Okay. There we go. This will be the real landing. I know this one has been going for a while now. But we'll bring this on in, and we'll do the real landing. I was trying to land without wasting that fuel, but That's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Okay, we'll bring this in for a landing as it was intended. There we go. Much more stable. Fantastic. And now we can do all of this science next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisoul, Kadra, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.